This is it, the Nikon D500. If anybody out there is a button slut or a button sniffer, you're really going to love the Nikon D500 because it is incredibly rich with buttons galore. The menu system is about 20% more complicated than even the Nikon D810. I love the addition of the circular Nikon D3, D4, D5, D810 viewfinder. For crop sensor camera, I really see no difference in the field of looking view, even though my glasses wear, over that of the Nikon D810. It is incredible. The low light performance is phenomenal. The output straight out of camera on the Nikon D500 here is incredible. I love the fact that the diopter adjustment wheel over here cannot be easily if you bump it at all, you actually have to pull it out and click it to change the diopter adjustment. That's something that's lacking on many Nikons and even the Fuji system. It does use an SD card and an XQD card, which, by the way, only Sony and Lexar make those cards. People say, why are you using a Lexar card? I thought you didn't like Lexar. Well, you've only got Lexar and Sony to choose from when it comes to XQD cards. The buffer, there's no need to ever ask about the buffer on the Nikon D500. It's essentially non-existent. It will fire off like a machine gun. 200 shots. Compressed 14-bit raw and fine before your buffer. You know, that's unbelievable. When have you done a 200 shot burst before? Or even approached that? So the buffer is essentially non-existent. I absolutely love the touchscreen. People have complained that, well, the touchscreen doesn't exist in the menu system. If you go to menus, you actually can't scroll through the menus. But the menu buttons are too small. You would not want the menus to be able to have a touchscreen here, so it's logical that it doesn't exist there. But so far as the swiping or the double touch to zoom to 100%, incredible. The fact that you can actually do this number like you can with an iPad, incredible. There's 100%. Go in a little bit more, touch around, touch out again, touch in. Next shot. I've only got 3 shots saved on this card right now. You're going to love, absolutely love, the fine-tune. There is much better fine-tune customization, including the ability to autofocus fine-tune your lenses, but the menu system and the ability to customize this camera is really phenomenal. While this is a top magnesium plate camera, most of it is a carbon fiber composite. While the camera itself is relatively lightweight, once you add a vertical battery grip, and you may never add a MB D17 vertical battery grip, but you know, in totality, it's not a lightweight camera, not by any means, but that doesn't bother me a bit. Not even a super fan of lightweight cameras. However, the ergos are exactly the same as the Nikon D750, which is much beloved by most people. The backlit menu button displays, as you can see, they're actually lit up over here. Incredible. The output straight out of camera, unfreaking believable. Exactly reminiscent of the Nikon D700 and the Nikon D4. Now, a lot of people, since I started making reviews, I thought there'd be tons of reviews on the Nikon D500 here. And there really has not been. There's not. Everybody that I've told about this camera that's tried it, they're like, oh my god, you're right, I have to own it now. It's unbelievable. The low light autofocus acquisition, just forget about the output, which is incredible. The autofocus acquisition speed in normal light is incredible. More importantly than that, the autofocus acquisition, that is instant in near total darkness. I mean, it blows the D750 away. Absolutely blows it away. Now people would say, well, how could this camera have better autofocus capabilities than the Nikon D5? And the answer is very simple. The autofocus sensor bay and the mirror box behind the reflex mirror, but at the base of the mirror box, is the same as the Nikon D5. Well, why does it perform better on this? Because you're talking about a smaller sensor. It's kind of like a fat goalie guarding a large goal versus the same fat goalie guarding a smaller goal. Obviously, a fat goalie guarding the smaller goal has better coverage. Right? Well, it's basically the same principle here. You have the same autofocus sensor bay on a smaller crop sensor than you do on the full frame. This is basically the same megapixel output as a Nikon D5. The autofocus is better, unarguably so, than the Nikon D5. Look, I've made endless videos about the advantages of full frame over crop. And there are a few. Lens compression, gain over time, the signal processing on the Nikon D500 is incredible. The output straight out of camera, of course you can tweak that in Lightroom, straight out of camera is incredible on the Nikon D500. As far as people, and I know everybody's doing this, oh, $2,000 for a crop sensor camera. Give me a break. Nah. Nah. No. You have to test drive the D500. It's worth every penny and then some of the $2,000 asking price. Now, this with a vertical battery grip is not a cheap fare. This is $400. This is $1,000. With tax, you're looking at $2,500 here. Well, you compare that to the Nikon D5 for $6,500. If the Nikon D5 were $3,500, if it were $3,000 cheaper than it currently is, I would still rather have the Nikon D500 here. Flat out. I've owned every Nikon DSLR made. This camera is going to be, in short order, legendary. When it gets to be in enough hands and enough reports start rolling in, and it's more than just mine and like 2 or 3 other people telling you the exact same damn thing. Okay? Now that a few reports are rolling in, they're mimicking and mirroring mine, not saying that they're copying me. They're saying the same damn thing. I mean, this camera is flat out, balls out incredible. It's the tits. It's like, yeah, I thought $2,000 for a crop sensor. No, when you mess with this camera, that will disappear. That will flush out of your mind instantly. Yes, I've criticized Nikon endlessly for their stupid mistakes, but by God, this is definitely not one of them. Absolutely incredible performer. Incredible autofocus acquisition, then basically the non-existent buffer. You want to stick in continuous light? Fine. What buffer? What damn buffer? 200 shots continuous on compressed 14-bit RAW? Yeah, exactly right. Shut the hell up. Shut up. This camera is all of that. Okay? Thanks for watching. Bye.